back to my channel, Cosmic Insight Astrology. This is Christina. If you have a Scorpio rising, Scorpio sun, or Scorpio moon, this is your last 2022 astrology forecast. This is your December astrology forecast. Let's see what kind of opportunities will rise and what kind of challenges you will need to face in December, Scorpios. First of all, I would like to wish you a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, a peaceful and happy Kwanzaa, and an abundant, healthy, and wealthy, and joyous Happy New Year. All right, Scorpios, let's see how is December going to work out for you. So the month is going to start with Mars and Venus opposition, and Mars is your ruler. And Mars actually is not powerful at this moment because it's in retrograde in Gemini. So it's acting like a toddler. It is frustrated. It is angry. It wants to move forward. It wants action. And it's bold and courageous. But right now in Gemini, it's trapped in a little body and cannot move, like it's forbidden for it to move. So definitely it's a lot of frustration. In 8th house is 2nd house matters. So that is your axis of financial axis for you. So Venus is also representing money and, currencies. And Venus over here with Mars opposition itself, it's a Saturnian flavor. So it's delays, it's fears. It's, it's a really heavy energy here, challenging energy. So it could indicate like you will need to make changes about the way you are earning money, or the way you actually your relationship with money. That's what it's calling you for, because you might have a hard relationship. You might think it's very hard to make money, and right now you will somehow need to go back. You will need to revisit with Mars retrograde over here. Like, actually, you know what? I have to have a change of mind over here and recreate something, the way I approach this kind of money making in my life, because it is just not working. But definitely there is an indication like, some kind of situation can come up with insurance, with medical malpractice, with inheritance money. And actually, it could be positive with Mars being retrograde over here, because of you might have missed it. But right now, with that revisiting and going in retrograde, you will have another chance here to get that kind of money to other people resources. And, definitely Venus here, it's indicate, and actually Venus, look at that, in Sagittarius, 27 degrees, it's on the galactic center. So it's opening up a new opportunity for financial freedom for you, because Sagittarius is freedom, it's liberation. So it's definitely could indicate that with that kind of insurance money or inheritance coming in. And on December 6th, we're going to, actually right before we're going to have Neptune and Mercury, very end of your second was going to square. Square is a Martian flavor, so it's courageous. It's encouraging you to make a change. But, Neptune is going direct, but it's creating illusion, delusion in your 5th house matter. So it could be like your child going to mislead you, or your lover going to mislead you. Or, there is an investment group who want you to invest in something, and they're going to mislead you. It could be that kind of situation. Definitely it's delusion, illusion. Or you might be delusional with your children. You might be really forgiving and not seeing their flaws. Or it could be some kind of communication issue because they are lying to you, and then you have to adjust that situation, redirect them somehow. And then we're going to have actually Capricorn stellium, middle of the month. We're going to have Venus and Mercury going to your 3rd house, so your communication going to be magnified over here, or your sibling or your neighborhood. And, this Capricorn stellium in your neighborhood could be very positive. It could represent some kind of new structure or new rules in the neighborhood, which is like Earth sign. And, it could be like, all right, it could be something like something tangible. So maybe you're going to become a gated community, or maybe it will be like, all right, I can live closer, or my sibling can live close by me, or my friend going to move into my neighborhood. But definitely it's a lot of loving energy, especially when Venus on the 9th going to move over here, because Mercury moves on the 6th here. Mercury also going to go shadow on the 8th and going to retrograde on the 29th. So, you know, but you will have to revisit something with your writing project, with your, you know, with your website design, or, you know, anything with children matters, or anything with workshops or communication. So it may be you have to repeat an exam, or you know, you will need to talk to your children again about some kind of subject you already talked about, and you have to repeat yourself over and over again, and it's going to be a little bit frustrating. That was also your vehicles and communication devices, just like Mercury. And when it's going to retrograde, it could have some kind of issue involved in this. So, you know, watch what you are saying, especially with Neptune square, because of, you know, it could indicate like, oh my God, I actually put something on social media and I didn't check the creditability of that news, and actually it is a false news, or, you know, like, it's not true, and you know, like, I'm going to get some kind of Martian energy, because you know, Venus Mars also was in opposition, and Mars in Gemini, so that kind of attacking, people can attack me about that. And on December 7th we're going to have a full moon in Gemini, and that's also could represent the same situation. But actually it's going to affect your financial axis again. The full moon is ending and completion, so maybe you are getting an insurance or inheritance money finally in, and you know, it could turn out to be positive. However, because it's actually conjunct with Mars, and Mars is very frustrated and angry, you barely can wait to get it. So it is like such a long time you are waiting for that, and it's so frustrating. You are so impatient and frustrated, and you know, you can make some mistake with writing a contract over here, because you want it to done so quickly. It could be a trust, it could be a prenup, it could be rewriting your you know, like your will or something like that, but you want to have it quickly, and then it is like you can make some mistake over there. So, but definitely it could be also a positive ending, because of, you know, like, okay, I'm done with it, and you know, I can move forward, and let's forget about that, because the full moon is always a completion and ending. But you know, financial sphere, it's liberation, and especially Venus was here also before I told you, so definitely financial liberation. I'm gonna go a little bit forward, and I'm gonna animate the chart for the 23rd, but I have to go with the 18th right now, and I'm gonna tell you on the 18th, Sarah is going to go to Libra, and Libra actually in your 12th house, that is your hidden enemies, and that is your mental health, that is also charities, and you know, working behind the scene. Ceres actually, it's indicate a new beginning with that goddess who is actually rules the grains and the grain fields. So it is like something planting, something new is planting, what is not grown yet. So it is just like actually seedling, and it starts to grow, but you know, it's behind the scene. You cannot actually show that to the public yet, but it could be some kind of design. Libra is about design, and because Venus ruled, but you know, it's not ready to show that to the public yet. You have some kind of fear to show that to the public, because you don't want to look like a failure. And then also we're going to have on the 20th Jupiter gonna go to Aries in your 6th house of health and daily routine and work. And 0 degrees cardinal sign is the word axis. So it is very magnified. It's an analytic degree, and it is really, really symbolic and significant. Jupiter is the planet of growth and happiness and joy and generosity, abundance. In your 6th house over there, you know, 6th house, then it could actually have some kind of medical issues with the inflammation though, because Aries is fire sign, so inflammation. Jupiter is expanding that 6th house of health. So in 6th house, not necessarily the best. But I would say for you, it will be actually a new job. You will start a new job and you're really going to like that, especially Chiron also go direct on the 23rd in your sixth house. So if you were wounded on the job area, or if you didn't find, for example, a great roommate or a tenant, right now you will be capable to find tenants or roommate or, a new job, and you're really going to like that. You're going to be passionate about that and bold and initiating. But, we're also going to have a new moon, and it's going to be in 1 degree Capricorn. And this new moon is a new beginning. It is in, when the dark sky is there, and, but look at that beautiful stellium. Stellium is when you have more than 3 planets, and at least 2 of them is inner planets in one sign. And then or in one house. And then it could be like a new beginning, the way you are talking, a new, for example, it can bring in a new neighbor for you, or, and it could be someone who is also famous because of, that is Pluto, and that's powerful people. Venus, it could be someone who is like to shine. So yes, it could indicate that as well. A really good neighbor or a powerful person in your neighborhood or your friends can actually give you a lot of attention, and you will feel that loving energy from your community. So definitely that's really positive over here. It's a community love and the change in your community, but a positive change. This new moon, however, going to square with Jupiter, the planet of abundance and generosity. But that's a Martian flavor, so it's very courageous and encouraging. So it's forced you to change. So it could indicate like, what I need? I need some kind of change in my daily routine. I'm so bored every day. What am I doing? So I have to shake it up. I have to feel alive again. And maybe I want to do something like walking with my friend or my neighbor, or like I want to see or with my children, because third house is ruled by Gemini, and it could be kids as well. So, I want to implement that, or I want to change the habit and the way I'm talking to my children. So definitely it's that kind of urge to change over there. And definitely it's like concentrating on your health. So, like you're not gonna feel wounded anymore. And then on the 23rd, yes, Chiron is going direct, so you're not gonna feel wounded anymore. You will feel a healing, a physical healing indeed, and you will be more joyous and more positive. So I like that kind of energy for you, Scorpios. And then we're going to have Mercury station retrograde, as I said before, in your third house. So, that is some kind of communication devices issue, or, like, please buy that right before Mercury goes retrograde. Buy that before the 15th, even if it's shadow, if you have to buy some Christmas present or a new car or something like that. And make sure you get the receipt, because you might going to change the mind when Mercury goes out direct, okay? All right, guys. Okay, Scorpios, if you liked my podcast and if you would like to actually purchase a reading with me for your loved ones or for yourself for Christmas present or for Hanukkah, then check out my website, which is www.urbanwitch.org. And please comment, how did it work out for you? And ask questions if you would like to. And, I wish you a safe and happy new year, and I see you in January. Thank you so much.